Here are 12 basic things you need to know about your Mercedes.
If you've never used a reverse camera before, it can take some time to get used to. Simply pop your car into reverse and the camera will come up straight on the screen. Here you will see two yellow lines. These lines represent your wheels. Think of the thickness of this yellow line as your tyres. Then the red line represents the back of your car. When you turn the wheel, these lines also turn to show you where your car's going to end up. As I reverse here into this space, you can see the yellow lines are not straight within the white box. This shows me that I need to adjust my steering until these yellow lines sit perfectly in the parking bay.
When you first drive your Mercedes, the amount of drive modes can be a bit intimidating. Let's take a quick look through all the drive modes.
Comfort is the base drive mode. Your car will always start up in comfort mode. It keeps the gears high and the shifts as smooth as possible for the most comfortable drive. Sport mode gives your car a little bit more agility by tightening up the suspension and increasing the accelerator pedal response. You'll also notice much sharper and quicker gear changes. Sport Plus is the most aggressive drive mode. This will give you the stiffest suspension, super sensitive throttle response, and sportier gear shifts. You can also build your very own config in individual mode.
If you want to learn more about the individual drive config, I suggest you watch my video here that I filmed where I take you through building my own config in this car. Now that you own a Mercedes, in the wintertime, you can enjoy never having to scrape ice off your windscreen again.
Simply sit in your car and press this button here along with your heated seat and watch the ice melt away. It normally takes around 3 to 5 minutes based on the temperatures outside. You may notice while driving, if you come to a stop, your engine cuts out. If this is happening, don't be alarmed, this is the start-stop feature. It shuts your engine down while stationary to improve your economy. You can disable this by pressing the button under the engine start, or some cars have a button down here in the center stack. This icon here on the screen will tell you if it's on or off.
Connecting your phone to your Mercedes Benz allows you to make calls in the car and stream music.
It's really easy to set up. In the menu, go to Phone, then Connect Device. Here make sure Bluetooth is activated on your phone and then it should pop up here on the screen. Select your phone, then a passkey should pop up both in the car and on your phone. Press pair and sync your contacts, and that's it. You can now control your phone and make calls through your car. Not every Mercedes is equipped with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but it's really easy to check. Simply plug your phone in and if your car has it, it will pop straight up. CarPlay is a way to control your phone using your car, and it works great in a Mercedes. Now I'm working on a full detailed guide to CarPlay, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. You can easily jump between CarPlay and the Mercedes system by pressing this button up here at the top.
Voice commands are a great way to access functions in the car without taking your eyes off the road. On the older cars, you had to press a button on the steering wheel first, but in the new ones, you just say, "Hey Mercedes,
How may I help you?
I'm cold."
I'm increasing the temperature to 21.5 degrees.
You can talk to it like a human and it does all the basic functions of the car.
If you're still getting to grips with your car, voice commands are a great way to keep safe on the road. I used them for almost everything when I first picked up this car. Next up is driving profiles. This is one not many realise the new generation Mercedes cars can do. If you press down on the touchpad on the main menu twice, you'll come across this screen here. Here you can choose from a number of different preset driving profiles. The great thing about the driving profiles is it not only changes the dynamic select mode, but everything inside the car. For example, the lounge profile will set the digital dash to classic mode with the self-driving screen here on the right. Then if we select track here, you get the AMG Supersport screen with the tyre pressures on the right and the car data on the center screen. It even changes the ambient lights to a sporty red. The best thing is though, you can actually set your own custom profile. All you have to do is select set theme. Now what's going to happen here is it's going to take your current drive mode, ambient lighting and digital display screen and save it into this new custom profile. Press continue and you can choose if you also want to include your current audio settings and navigation settings. Then next, you can choose what you want to be displayed in the center screen. Now you can choose a cover image. And finally, give your new profile a name. Now when you select this profile, it's going to change to all the settings we chose. This is such a good feature for when you want to jump between a comfortable drive or a sporty drive.
Every modern Mercedes is equipped with an automatic gearbox.
Simply pop your car in drive and it will do all the work for you. In some cases though, you might want to adjust the gears manually using the paddles. If you press up or down on the paddles, the car will go into what's called a temporary manual state. To go back to fully automatic mode, simply hold down the up paddle for a couple of seconds and it will reset back to full automatic mode. Some AMG cars will have a button in the center that can be used to turn manual mode on or off in any drive mode. If you want to put the car in full manual mode, you'll have to build an individual drive mode by going into the individual config, transmission, then select M here for manual.
Your Mercedes Benz steering wheel is an incredible bit of tech and it has so many buttons. Let's run through them all.
In the current generation of Mercedes Benz steering wheels, there are two main button stacks. The stack here on the left controls functions on the center screen, while the stack on the right controls functions on the digital driver's display. These two buttons here are the back buttons. They'll take you back to the previous screen that you were on. This here is a finger touchpad. It works just like a touchpad on a laptop. This is the home button. It brings up the main menu on the center screen. The home button on the right brings up the menu on the digital display. This allows you to configure the screens. Below on the left, we have a button which can be pressed up to answer calls and down to hang up calls. In the middle, we have the volume dial for your music. If you press the dial in, it will mute the sound completely. Pressing this button up will activate your voice commands. And pressing this button down will bring up your favorites menu on the center screen. On the right here, we have the cruise control and speed limiter buttons. Pressing this button up will activate cruise control, and pressing the button down will activate the speed limiter. Once you've activated cruise control or the speed limiter, you can use the middle button here to increase or decrease the speed. Pressing this button down will cancel cruise control or the speed limiter. If you press it up, it's going to resume at the speed you last used. There's a great trick here also. If you press the resume button twice, it's going to pick up the legal speed limit of the road that you're on and automatically set it to that speed. Some AMG models will also have these extra buttons here at the bottom. This one here on the left allows you to change car settings on the fly. For example, here I have it set to the exhaust button or a quick jump from automatic to manual mode with the gearbox. These can all be customized further by pressing the icons here on these digital screens. On the right also is a favorite of mine. This is a wheel that can be turned to change the drive mode.
Your Mercedes is going to be much faster than your standard hatchback or family car, so it's so important to take care of your tyres. If you want to check out exactly how much pressure you should put in, just open the fuel cap and Mercedes have put the exact amount for your car on the inside of the cover.
I always keep this portable electric pump in my car, just in case. It's a really easy way to add air to your tyres if they ever start to get low. Mercedes do a great job of letting you know on the dashboard if your tyres ever get low. You can track your pressures by going into the service menu and selecting tyres. You may also notice these little blocks here on your wheels. These are here to help balance each wheel. Without getting too complicated, whenever your tyres are changed, they must be balanced. Your wheel is spun on this device, which determines the balance. And if it's off, these little plates are used to adjust it till it's perfect. If your wheels are not balanced, you may feel the steering wheel start to vibrate at higher speeds. If you ever experience this, that means your wheels need balancing.
Almost every modern Mercedes is equipped with automatic braking.
While driving, a sensor is constantly keeping track of the distance of everything in front of you. It calculates your speed and stopping time, and if you forget to brake, first it will beep a warning, and if you don't respond to the beep, it will brake and stop the car automatically.
So there we have it guys, that's my 12 tips and tricks for brand new Mercedes Benz owners.
Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And for more Mercedes Benz content, don't forget to subscribe. I've popped 2 videos on screen that I hope you'll enjoy.